All right, we are live. Before I show myself. Hey, everybody, I'm at SFO, San Francisco's airport. My flight is delayed. I wasn't going to make it, so this meeting's a little disorganized today. I'm glad I have my noise-canceling headphones, otherwise this would be impossible. So we got Prashant, David. Oh, there's David. I was just going to say he's going to be a little bit late, and then we're waiting for one more. Pyrox. Well, I'm not exactly sure his name. I'm excited to find it out.
Yeah. Pyrox is good. Hopefully that is his actual real-life name.
Hilarious. All right, so let's do a quick stand-up, and then I might have to go at any point, and then I'll let you guys talk about overall plans for the week. So my status is I did San Francisco JavaScript gave a DoneJS talk there. It went really well. I changed my talk a little bit. Now there's a V7, Matthew and David, which is slightly different. No big changes. I think it went really well.
Oh, okay.
DoneJS V7, yeah. The talk went really well. There was, I would say, 10 people at the end of it just asking me a bunch of follow-up questions. I mean, the same. I don't know. I think it went well. If I gave that talk everywhere else, I think we really had. I think we probably converted. You know, there was probably 60 people, maybe 70, and I think we probably converted maybe I would imagine that maybe 10% of them were probably gonna there were some people even doing the guide while I was going through it. So I think it was pretty good, pretty effective. I think 10% of the people will probably try it, which is actually, you know, that's 7 people, but that's still really good. So I was pretty happy with it. And all the T-shirts, pretty much all the T-shirts went. And I brought like 40 T-shirts and a bunch of stickers. So I was really happy with that. What I've been working on is rewriting the bindings. I have a pull request in for that. I've made really big changes to what's going on. I basically refactored all of bindings.js, but the big thing is what it'll result in, I hope, is more consistent binding, and my plan is to make a presentation for Friday where I walk through how the bindings code actually works. So that's my plan for Friday, and then I think I'm gonna start working on, just because I want to do that because I'm in the middle of it, and then we should probably get a new CanJS. I'm gonna start working the release article, and we'll probably want a 2.3.3.
Is there still any major bugs that need to be in 2.3.3?
Well, this one that I'm working on.
A bug fix, or it sounded like a refactoring?
No, it includes a bug fix. So if you change, it makes it work so that if you have attributes inside, if you have binding attributes inside, if you have something like foo, you could do stuff like this now. If bar foo equals bar, or something like that. You can program your bindings now, and even this kind of works. Like you could have Z in here, so you can do a lot of fancy stuff because essentially it's listening to when the attributes changes and adding or removing bindings. Okay, so that's my status. That's my goal for. I think the goal for next Wednesday, we should definitely have a release article out. For 2.3.
Probably should let David go next since he's got to do the training.
Okay.
Yeah, I can stay a little longer. Well, Alex and I figured it out, but I fixed that Steel Git dependency issue, so that's good. And then yesterday, I mostly helped the Levi's people figuring out the binding stuff for React, which actually worked quite well. It's actually kind of pretty cool. So we can, yeah, maybe I'll help them with that again more today. And yeah, then now I'm looking into the Hangout, the training. I'm not sure if there's anything really high priority for later today. I still have that place my order responsiveness in my pipeline. It wasn't super high priority, but that would be probably something I
Well, yeah. So in regards, we could talk about it more offline. But in terms of priority for Levi's and that kind of stuff, that's don't be spending too much time because they have like 3 people who are all full time on that. It's
yeah,
good
they
to
just
get your
needed a
guidance
push.
and your input.
Yeah, they just needed a push to go into the right direction. They figured out all the rest. So it wasn't the whole day, but. Oh, and another thing, I talked with Alexis yesterday, and we started. We have a bunch of old Heroku apps that we don't need anymore and are still paying for. But also, I want to redirect JavaScript MVC.com or make a front page that should do that.
That stuff is awesome to do, but I think it's really important to stay focused on getting those integration tests.
We just received
done.
notification.
Did you end up talking with Matthew about that?
On the 10:30
Matthew?
Not yet.
No, we haven't talked about it yet.
We should do that right after the training series. I know, it keeps I asked him, and he's like, "Yeah, we can talk today," and then it never happened. So, with the integration tests, did you leave them off? What's left?
Justin, can you mute yourself while? There you go. What'd you say?
What's left for the integration test?
Oh, what's left? Well, basically, what's left is we need to get it hooked up to a CI because it's in its own project. We need to get it hooked up to a CI so that we can cause it to do the tests.
And that should happen every time you make a new release for anything, really.
Well, we can talk about that, but I mean, it's something that we could trigger manually somehow, I think. So,
okay.
Like before we release 0.6, we can say, okay, let's make sure the guide works, basically. But, yeah, I think. There was one other thing that I can't recall, but we'll talk about it.
Okay.
Yeah, cool. So, David, that kind of needs to be,
all these other stuff is great, but that
needs to be highest priority, yeah.
That's going to be the rest of the week.
Cool, awesome. All right, Matthew?
Okay, my status is I've been working on can wait, which I guess I'll share my screen and go over the API and what that looks like. So can wait is a new project. It's kind of it's a low-level project. Users won't need to use it in their application. Justin, can you mute yourself? Users won't need to use this in their application, but this will be used by server-side rendering. It will be used by Done Auto Render, and it will be used by Can Connect. So the idea is that currently in DoneJS, anytime you're doing some type of asynchronous, you need to call this add a root, get the root, and then call either page data or wait for. Wait for just takes a promise, and it knows when all promises have resolved, and it knows that rendering is finished. This is how it knows that the app is fully rendered on the server. But that it really sucks as a user to have to do that. The other is page data. Page data does the same thing, but it also adds the response to the inline cache, which is that big chunk of JSON that's at the end of at the end of your page. But anyway, so the idea here is that can wait is going to keep track of all asynchronous stuff that happens, and by keeping track of all asynchronous stuff that happens, it's going to know when the app's fully rendered, and you don't have to do anything. So this is kind of a simple.
So the Hangout is starting. Is it live already, or?
Yeah, it's live.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I think the official start time is now.
9:30.
Yeah. So yeah, so this is like kind of a simple example of how to use it. Again, users will not have to use this, but you import can wait. You provided a function that gets called. Can wait will call this function, and it will keep track of all these set timeouts. It'll keep track of the XHR. If you do if this is like nested, if you have like a set timeout at the end of your XHR, and then you have another one, like it tracks everything, and it's able to handle like multiple requests that happen at the same time, and it's able to know, which async stuff is associated with which request. So it's actually really kind of cool. I had a lot of fun working on this. So yeah, I have a branch of done auto render that uses this, and all tests are passing. I have a branch of can connect, which is going to use this can wait data API, which is how it's going to add inline cache data. And what I've been working on this morning is I have a branch of can SSR that is able to render an app that is not using page data. It's only depending on can wait. So that's what I've been working on. We had a problem with the other thing I started working on is we had a problem with Steel. I did a Steel release this morning that broke the DoneJS init, or it broke the DoneJS develop. It broke server-side rendering. And the issue, I believe, I've reverted it for now so that everything works. But I believe the issue is the npm wildcard path change. I think that's the source of the problem. Again, I haven't had any opportunity to look into it quite yet, so I'll be doing that first. But for now, it's fixed just by rolling back. And that's really my status.
So I missed the tail end of that. So when do you think, like, you're going to be able to roll off finish this stuff?
End of the week.
Okay, awesome.
Okay. I actually have there's two more things. I added it to the Trello board. I forget what. There's two other kind of related things, but so it'll take me the rest of the week to finish.
Cool, awesome. Prashant, I don't know if you have anything that you're planning on working on. If not, that's totally fine.
Justin, I just wanted to know if it's okay for me to, let's say, pick up any defect and study the defect and then start working on it.
Yeah, absolutely. It'll be easiest if you let me know a defect, and just like last week, we can work together on it, because that will make it just easier and faster to learn. So if you want to go through the issues and look through one and then be like, okay, that one looks, I labeled those ones easy or solved on paper. Those are probably some of the best ones to start with. If you want to go through those issues, find one and just say, hey, let's work together sometime, and then I can work with you. Tuesdays and Thursdays tend to be the best times for me to work with you. So we can do next Tuesday or Thursday, or this Thursday, whenever is convenient for you.
Sure. Okay.
Alexis, did you have anything?
Once again, if you're going to Chicago with us on our Flight 458, air traffic control into Chicago due to high winds.
Alexis, did you have anything?
No. I was just here to fill space.
You did that well.
Awesome. All right, well, thanks, everybody, and I guess we'll talk next Wednesday.
Yep. Thanks, Prashant.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, bye.